Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. We're going to reapply the Stila gloss in the black instead of chapstick, which is how we usually start our videos. This is the crazy foundation of YouTube. If you don't know, now you know. Thank you for coming back. If you've been here before, if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Dion. Did I say this is the crazy foundation of YouTube? The crazy part because I say stuff and forget what I said. And the troll because we don't care too much about what the beauty community standards of beauty are. We wear what we want to wear and we rock it with confidence. The we meaning all of you, all of us who are on this troll train. We wear what brand we want to, use whatever tools we want to, whatever techniques we want to get our makeup the way we want it. And sometimes it comes out the way we want it and sometimes it doesn't. And we do the video anyway because we love ourselves. The bottom line beneath all of that is I want for all of us to embrace our natural features, to enhance them when we want to, but not because we feel like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look. Self-acceptance, self-love, this is what else you'll see here. It was going to be important later on, and I'm excited about it. All right, I have a pack, and I didn't even bring the whole box because this box is open because they're mine. Peter Thomas Roth, his masks, and there are 5 of them. My awkward ass trying to pick them all up. I do curse on my channel sometimes. So these are what they all are, and I'm going to tell you about them. And this is going to be a review, so maybe you can decide if you would like to try any of them or all of them. The box set of these 5, it was like $19.95 on his website and on Ulta's website and in Ulta stores, depending if they're sold out or not. So, my personal favorite. Let me preface all of this with, I don't use masks often anymore because my skincare routine, which you will have seen my bedtime and wake up routine by now, and you've seen my skin in those videos without any makeup on, even before I put the skincare on. And so my skin is pretty much good except for the redness thing that's going on here, which I think I said in those videos, I think it's just from wearing a mask, because when I thought about it, I realized this area got red and irritated and just stayed that way. And it's been that way for like almost 2 years. And I've been wearing masks off and on for 2 years since COVID. Off and on because when I'm home, I don't wear it. If I'm outside, I don't wear it. When I go in buildings, that's when I wear it. And that's the only thing I can think of is that my skin just isn't breathing properly in these areas. And even with eczema, there's a reason for it. And the dermatologist said, I didn't mean to go off on this tangent, but here we are. Welcome, glad you're here. Is an overgrowth of either bacteria or yeast. And it sounds gross, but our bodies do produce bacteria, good and bad, and our bodies do produce yeast. And if there's an overgrowth, that's when we may have breakouts or infections, or your eczema may act up, or something may aggravate your acne, which I do deal with forehead acne and sometimes on my face if a product breaks me out. So that's just a little tidbit from the dermatologist. So wearing a mask and keeping that area closed in and not getting the air that it needs, I think that's what's causing whatever that overgrowth is, whether it is bacteria or yeast, the redness that you see in some of my videos. And in some of them, it's not even really bad. And I think it's when I'm not wearing a mask, which means I haven't been out for days. Let me get to the video. So that's why I haven't been wearing a mask. Facial masks, haven't been doing them often, is because my skin has been good, except for that thing, which a mask is not going to clear that up. So, sorry, not sorry. But prior to getting the skincare routine that I have that my skin loves, my favorite, I had 2 favorites, and they're both here in this bunch. The Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask, Enzymic Dermo Resurfacer, 3-in-1 intensive skin resurfacer mask. It exfoliates with pumpkin enzyme. This for me does what it says. And I had the full jar, which is like 5 ounces. It is expensive. You can use it 2 to 3 times a week. You put it on. I do use a mask applicator because I don't like getting my hands messy, and then I'll be touching stuff and it's everywhere. And you leave it on 3 to 7 minutes, and you actually, with this one, you gently exfoliate it. So I should have brought it with me to show you, and I'm sorry I didn't think to do that. One side is the spatula, you put it on. The other side does have little scrubbies, and so I just gently, go around, and then you rinse it off with warm water. And I do use a microfiber cloth. I wet it and wipe it that way to make sure I'm getting it all off, because this does exfoliate, it does resurface. This leaves my skin so freaking smooth, and it smells like pumpkin. I didn't know I really liked the smell of pumpkin until this, and I'm like, this smells really good. This for me does what it says, leaves my skin feeling really smooth, you know, a little bit softer, you know, and then my serums and creams go on smoother because my skin is smoother. And this was my favorite because it really was gently exfoliating my skin, and my skin loves this stuff. My second favorite is his Irish Moor Mud Purifying Black Mask. And I did have a jar of this one too, which I haven't opened yet because I already explained why I'm not using masks that often anymore. Nutrient and mineral rich Irish Moor Mud helps purify and refine. This for me also does what it says. Use 2 to 3 times a week. You put it on, leave it on for 10 minutes, and then you rinse it off. I purchased black face cloths to use to get this off. This is black, so if you use any other color cloth, it's going to stain. And so with the black one, you know, after I use it, I rinse it the best I can, and then it goes in the dirty clothes, and then it gets washed. So if it's stained, I don't know, because the cloth is black and this is black, so I don't know. This for me, I would use when my skin would feel congested. If I was noticing more breakouts, if my skin just felt a little bit drier, and it's hard to explain, my skin just didn't feel good. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to purify my skin. This does that. This, for me, does exactly what it says. It's going to do the same as the pumpkin one. And actually, all of his masks, for me, did what they said they were going to do, which I really like, because what's worse than buying a product that has claims and you use it and you're like, it ain't do nothing. And I'm not saying these will do for you what it does for me, for everybody, because everything does not work for everybody. But for me, this did make my skin feel, I want to say more open, but that doesn't explain how it felt. Whatever felt like it was clogging my skin, this took it away. So I'll just put it that way. This does purify my skin. So that is why I like that one. The Cucumber Gel Mask. Extreme Detox Hydrator. Refreshing, cooling, moisturizing gel helps soothe the look of dry skin with cucumber extract. And that's curious to me. Soothes the look of dry skin. How do you soothe the look? Anyway, put on, leave 1 10 minutes, rinse off, use 2 to 3 times a week. This one for me, my skin did not feel any different than before I put it on. And some people say this is their favorite. It does feel soothing. There is a coolness to it when I put it on. Other than that, it's like, well, what you doing? And so this one was not one that I liked because I didn't notice a difference in my skin. Pumpkin, feel a difference in my skin. Irish Moor mask, felt the difference in my skin. This one, I didn't feel anything. Feels cool going on. Some people put it in the refrigerator before they use it because then you're getting the extra cooling. So this, I think, would be good if you have sunburn on your face or your skin is just extra sensitive for whatever reason. I think this would help your skin feel soothed. But I didn't notice any extra hydration, any extra softness. It was just like, what did I use that for? But again, some people, this is their favorite. They love it. This, the 24K Gold Pure Luxury Lift and Firm Ultimate Luxurious Anti-Aging Treatment. Pure 24K Gold and Colloidal Gold help lift and firm the look of skin. This one for me, leave one 5 to 10 minutes, use 2 to 3 times a week. Sorry, I just switched sentences. This for me would be just for extra pampering. My skin did not feel any softer. It didn't look lifted or firm, but it did look a little bit brighter. And this is the color of it. This color you see is the color of it. Actually, they all are. This is the color. You can see at the top where there's like an air bubble, but this is green. This is what this looks like. This is black. And this one is orange. They're color coded. Anyway, this for me, yeah, my skin was just a little bit brighter. But other than that, it was like, For me, when my skin feels like it needs something, I need it to be resurfaced, I need it to be purified, I want to see and feel a difference. If your skin is dull, I think you would really like this. It does feel nice on. It has a thickness to it that the other ones don't seem to, and maybe I put too much, I don't know. But my skin, it didn't feel any different. It just looked a tiny bit brighter. And using it 2 to 3 times a week, I mean, you would have to keep that brightness, but then if you're washing your face twice a day like I do, you know, is it really going to last? Which I guess is maybe why you can use it 2 to 3 times a week. I don't know. But if you have a really good skincare routine, your skin should be getting everything it needs anyway. And so that goes back to this for me would just be extra pampering. I'm having a down day. Let me just go do a mask to make myself feel a little bit better. Just doing something for me. That's what the 24K gold one would be. It's just luxury. And that's what it says, pure luxury. But then it says lift and firm. Again, I didn't notice any lifting or firming. But, so that would be that one. The one that was new to the pack that I had not tried before is Blue Algae. And it's more clear than blue. I used it last night. Today is August 11th, I believe. So I actually used it this morning before I went to sleep. Blue Marine Algae Intense Hydration Mask. Ultra Hydration, Nourishing, Refreshing. I'm having trouble reading it because the letters are in white and because of how the packaging is. I'm having trouble reading what it says. Blue Algae, something or other. Use 2 to 3 times a week. You put it on, leave it on for up to 10 minutes. I put this on with the mask applicator. It is more or less clear. Actually, it is clear. The only reason I was able to tell where I put it is because it was cool. And I didn't have it in the refrigerator. And so that's how I knew where I put it, because I'm like, okay, it's cool. When you put I poured it, well, I squeezed some out onto the applicator and I would wipe it on my face and it was cool. So that's how I knew where it was. This on my complexion was completely clear. And so I put it all over. I left it on probably 15 minutes and then I'm like, oh, I need to take it off. My skin, with none of these with none of these did my skin feel tightened waiting the 3 to 7 minutes, the 5 to 10 minutes. And I actually forgot I had this on. This is very, very lightweight. And so I think it might have been 15 minutes. And I looked in the mirror and I didn't even see it. I'm like, and again, it's clear, so it didn't show up on me. And so I said, well, let me, rinse. And then I actually wet a cloth and made sure I got it off because I couldn't tell where it was or where it wasn't. What was interesting about this one is that when I started rinsing using my hands, there were some places where I didn't feel anything on my face. And I'm like, okay, I know it's there. Like, where did it go? Maybe because I used a thin layer, maybe not, but there were some areas of my face that this absorbed into my skin. And so places like here, I felt it come off here. My forehead, I felt it come off here, but along like my hairline and even my cheek area and down here, there was nothing rinsing off. And so that's what made me go wet a cloth and be like, make sure I'm getting it off. And the cloth, like, there was no shine. This one, there will be a shine on your cloth. This one, there will be a shine on your cloth. This one, you'll see it because it's black. This one, you'll see it because it's orange. My skin absorbed most of this. My skin did feel very, very soft. So when this says the intense hydration, this is very hydrating. And I thought, that's a waste, because after my bedtime routine, when I wash my face and then I did the mask, then I put on my tetranoin, which is a prescription retin-A, which is a natural exfoliant. I'm like, that's just going to dry everything up. Listen, let me tell you, you saw my bedtime routine. I washed my face, I put this on, did the tetranoin, and did all the other creams and serums. When I woke up this afternoon, I went like this, my skin was still so soft and smooth. I'm like, what the hell? Like this right here, the Blue Marine Algae Intense Hydration Mask, this did what it said. However, upon inspection, this little cluster of bumps, that's new. I have a few over here that are hiding under makeup. But if you can see these little bumps right here, that's new. And I had a few bumps over here. I had a couple here. Around here, I was like, this wasn't there yesterday. And even down here. And I want to give it a pass because this is the trouble area from the mask and agitation. But I don't remember. And I think they're hiding. I didn't remember yesterday having a cluster of bumps, like how this cluster is right here. There's a cluster right here. I don't remember that being there yesterday. And even if this is from a mask, I don't wear a mask on my forehead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until this clears up as much as it does, and I'm going to try this again. Because of how nice and smooth and soft and plump and moisturized my face felt, excuse me, I do want to keep using this, but I just want to make sure that this is not what aggravated my acne here and what caused the cluster of bumps down here. So, as I said, I'm going to let this clear up as much as possible, which might take 3 or 4 days, and then I'm going to try this again. And I hope this is not what broke me out, because my skin, you saw my bedtime routine. Putting all of that after I rinsed this off and to wake up and my skin still feel really soft and smooth, I was like, whoa. And so that's my review for all of these. My personal favorites, the pumpkin, because of resurfacing, not so much now because my skincare is good, so my skin is really good. And the Black Irish Moor mask, if you're wanting soothing, the cucumber, if you're just wanting pampering. These are just my experiences, my opinions. Just want pampering, the 24K. If you do need hydration, I do recommend this one because my skin, y'all, and my skin is not dry or dehydrated. So I was just like, what? Like that was a new thing for me. And I was shocked. And to wake up the next afternoon and to still feel the effects of this, yeah. So that's my review for the Peter Thomas Roth facial masks. And keep it in mind, because I did this for a reason. Number one, just to share my review for Mask Monday, because I don't do Mask Mondays. And also, for when the thing comes up, you can refer back to this video. I'm always doing things here. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot of stuff coming in September. A lot. And I'm just like, troll, slow the train down. There's a lot of stuff coming. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you're watching my videos, liking the ones you don't, leaving comments. I will say this too. If you have your subscriptions on private, make sure you're leaving comments on my videos. So that way I'll get used to seeing your name and it'll click for me like, oh, they are subscribed. You see what I'm saying? Because my subscriber numbers go up slowly but steadily, but I don't get notifications, this person subscribed, that person subscribed, which tells me there are some of you who are private subscribers. Like I can't go to my list or go to your page and see that you're subscribed. And if you're one of those, make sure you're commenting on my videos so that I will know that you really are subscribed. In case you haven't guessed, or if you're new here, most of my giveaways are subscriber appreciation, meaning you do need to be subscribed before that video is uploaded. So that's why I'm saying all of this, is because it's important for me to know that you're on this troll train with me. So hang tight, something else will pop up. My skincare playlist up here. And that'll be it for this video. If you have used any of Peter's masks, share your thoughts below. Let's help each other out. Which ones did you like? Which ones you didn't like? Did they do for you what they claimed that they would do? And if you haven't tried Peter's, what masks do you use? And if they work for you. So that was me starting to speak gibberish. So I'm a mess, y'all. I am. And I appreciate you for being here and embracing my shenanigans. I do appreciate you. You'll see me soon. Hang tight. Something will pop up over here.